now, core members are still looking and hoping to receive the 77,000 naira. I think the worst hit will be those who have served in the year 2024, and we're hoping that part of their end days in the NYC would see them receiving 77,000 naira. But some of them are about to pass out this month, and that 77,000 naira has eluded them. You're not sure that any conversation about a backlog will cover those that had served after this particular directive was given. Know that currently core members receive 30,000 naira as allowances. But what's the hope of NYC, as it were? Of course, the core has promised that the 77,000 naira monthly allowance would soon is the word, once again be initiated for core members. Of course, we'll see that core members are increasingly growing wary of the promise of that, but the management of the NYSC said that the 77,000 naira allowance would begin to be paid to core members soon. Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed, who is the Director General of the NYSC, has alluded to this fact.
Well, the Nigerian core members had long expected that since last year. I mean, the jubilation, the celebration, and you can imagine the disappointment when it didn't scale through. Some of them have passed out within, the period where the new minimum wage was approved, and this moment that we're sitting, we're looking at new batches going into camp. I think that should be by March, thereabout, March, April, seeing new batch get into camp, if not February. My memory serves me right. And then, of course, I think the people who are going to benefit are the people who are just getting into camp.
Yes.
Because before they get into camp, everything had already kickstarted. So, but I do hope that the NYC is not playing politics again. Remember the last time when that announcement was made, the NYC turned around and said, "Look, we didn't say we were going to kickstart payment. We just said that core members." And then the word #soon. How soon does it? When is the soon? Is a question the NYC needs to really clarify. Perhaps, like I said the last time, I think it's about time we bring somebody from the NYC, from the state, to answer those questions, because Nigerians want to know exactly, now that the consequential adjustment have been done, the federal government is kickstarting, the state governments are kickstarting, they've kickstarted payment. What is holding the NYC, and how soon is the soon? When exactly is the soon going to be? Is it in January? Is it in February? Is it in March? When exactly is the NYC going to commence payment of the new minimum wage? Because face it, one of the biggest challenges people have, students have when going for NYC, is that you're in a completely different environment. You're in a strange land. And when you consider the money that would be required to rent a house, get to take care of yourself, and then you compare it to the paltry 33,000 or 30,000 naira old minimum wage that was paid the last dispensation before this new one, you clearly see that it's not going to help any core member go anywhere. So core members end up going into environments and really going through a whole lot of hardship, which is why a lot of people run away from the scheme. And a lot of people don't want to even go farther from their environment, because they want to be where they can easily run back to the house and try to be, take care of themselves when they run into challenges. But it's a good hope. But aside from that, the next thing I would say the NYC also needs to look into is the fact that when core members come in on board and they are, sent to institutions, we should be able to also look at how these core members are being treated within these institutions.
Well, serious conversation. We do hope, that the foundation vision for having the NYC is not further lost with all of the politicking that we see going on in the systems of Nigeria. But just as it is, the NYC hasn't promised a tentative month that the 77,000 naira will be paid to core members. So fingers crossed. Like I said, it is those who are passing out that have lost, those that are coming in eventually. The NYC will get around to actually paying that 77,000 naira.